join me and my fantastic guest. So with me all morning is a legendary British soul singer who is not only the voice of M people, but also the voice of dance music for a whole generation of ravers. It's Heather Small. So I've asked you all to bring along a photo, a snapshot of a really happy memory that makes you feel happy when you look at it, so that we can too. Heather, what have you brought along for us?
I've brought along a picture of my dog. Her name's Nina, after Nina Simone, one of the most fantastic.
Perfect.
Yes.
How is her howling? Is it tuneful?
I have footage of her singing with me. When I was doing The Masked Singer and I was learning my songs, she used to sing along with me. It's absolutely hilarious. Hilarious. She doesn't do it on command, only when she feels like it. She only
really?
She
Bit of a
like
diva.
Truly.
There is something lovely about a dog. My daughter is desperate for a dog. The campaign is being waged daily.
You know...
I worry about how much fuss they are, though.
No, not really. And for me, I've never had a pet because I'm allergic to everything. I'm asthmatic. But when I turned 50, I thought to myself, you know what? I've never had the joy of a pet and I would like to. So I did my homework and I'm not allergic to Bichon Frisés, toy poodles. So I got myself a little toy poodle and she's been a joy. You know, sometimes when you don't feel like going out, you have to because you've got the dog. And she's very calming.
Gloss over the fact that you mentioned when you turned 50. You don't look 50.
No, I'm 57 now.
57?
That's amazing.
That's preposterous.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, I've got a lot of melanin and I'm a vegan and I don't drink alcohol. So I'm quite clean living to an extent.
Gosh, well, we're gonna explore this further because I need to know. So, you don't eat dairy. Is that because of choice, or is it to do with? Because a lot of singers don't eat dairy. It's not supposed to be good for the voice.
It is choice, but that's initially why I stopped eating dairy because it's not. Yeah, it's mucus forming, and it's not very good for my vocals.
Heather, what about you?
Well, I didn't know. I said something, and for me, I think it's most probably because I faced a lot of adversity growing up, and with racism and things like that, and still to this day, it's quite difficult. So for me, it's because racism has been such a factor. My go-to place has been, just be as successful as you possibly can, as happy as you possibly can, and that's one in the eye for all the detractors.
Well, that's fantastic. So, I mean, be happy, be successful.
That's right.
Is a great mantra, and it does mean that you just shake off the negativity, doesn't it?
You know what it is? It's not always easy to shake it off, but what you say to yourself is that I will not carry it.
Yeah.
So it might take you a bit of time, but I will not take it with me. And I just make sure that I'm happy as my family, happy as my friends, happy as singing. And, I do these things on a regular basis. So, so I just work on myself and work on being happy.
For many other people, actually, singing, I mean, I always feel like there's a reason why every religion has some form of humming and singing.
And especially if you do it in a communal sense, it's absolutely the best thing you can do.
Does it change for you because it's your work? I used to play lots of...
No, I think it's even
still have
exacerbated.
Yeah.
And I've sung for years, but it is one of my happy places. And, I wanted to sing since I was a girl, and I used to be shy, and I thought, I don't know if I'll ever do it. But my singing helped me overcome the shyness. Going on stage and singing for others, you have to have a certain kind of stance, and sometimes it's warrior, sometimes it's peaceful, sometimes it's like a pacifying, but you take on this kind of role, but the role is me. It's a me that the public doesn't always see, or people don't see in my private self. So I bring my larger-than-life self to the stage, because I do like a laugh, I love a dance, I even like my feet rubbed.
This sounds like it could be a great trip. Singing, dancing.
Your feet rub afterwards, what else do you want?
Yeah, we could...
Once you're not auditioning for the singing, we good.
We're all a mixture, aren't we? Of warrior, we're all have our shy moments, all of those things. I mean, we've talked about Moving On Up being the perfect song to cook to, and Proud, and all those great classic songs.
Thank you.
But you have an enormous back catalogue, and you're revisiting them.
Yes,
aren't
I have
you?
done. I have done.
Re-recording them. This is the album, Colour My Life.
Oh, I love
Fabulous cover, isn't it? Makes you just
look
want
beautiful.
vinyl all the more.
I had a good glam.
What made you want to go back and look at them from this time in your life?
You know what? Lockdown. For creatives, for a lot of people, but I can only talk from a creative stance, it was horrendous. When you're at home and you think to yourself, is it ever going to be how it was before? You know, will we all be able to get out there and enjoy ourselves in that same carefree, unfettered manner? And you just don't know. You just don't know. And the lockdown went on for so long, and you could lose hope. So when I was given the opportunity to go back and re-record some of these songs, the thing is, it's with an orchestra, and so for me, it brought the legacy of the old, the present, and I've got a new song on the cover, so the future. So it all for me made sense. It was like something that I'd done before, something I'm doing now, and hopefully will do in the future. So with the orchestra, it gave it that different kind of flavour. There's a bigness to it, there's a richness to it. And also, you know, I started off when I was 27 singing those songs, 26, 27, and now I'm 57. I mean, 30 years of love, you know, if you've loved anything for 30 years, how you feel about it and how you revisit it is always
it's
different.
very different.
Exactly, you know, 30 years of love is a real bonding experience.
And you've done some great collaborations along the way, as well as having the fabulous sort of splendour of the orchestra. You performed with Alfie. I think we can listen to a little bit of you and Alfie Bow. Let's have a little listen.
Wonderful singer.
Tonight we're gonna taste a little paradise. All night long, party all night long. Daylight, we'll still be looking.
And that's the version of Don't Look Further that you recorded with Alfie Bow. I mean, it's fabulous.
It sounds a little bit now like rock opera, you know, so...
How did you become aware of him? Is he somebody you knew already?
I knew him because we did a Invictus Games charity event to raise some funds, and he was on the bill, and I heard him in rehearsals. But I've always admired his voice, but to be there in the flesh and hear him sing, it's a very moving experience. There's always a thing about a lead singer. They have to have an ex. And Alfie definitely has the X. And I just thought, oh, you'd want to sit there and listen to him all night. And that's the testimony of a great lead person.
Absolutely.
So when I was thinking about somebody, and to make it a little different to what had gone before, I thought Alfie. And he said yes straight away.
And you're taking some of this new music on the road, aren't you, as well, with the Young Voices Choir?
Oh, yes. So they asked me, it's the charitable event, would I go out with the young voices, which are young people, and everybody knows that young people are my passion. And so I thought it would be great. They're doing arenas. It would be great to go out. I'm going to sing 2 songs with them. And some of those children will go on to be singers, and some may not, but that experience gives them confidence, you know. And I've had other young people that I've sung with doing vocal arrangements on stage, and they've said to me, it's something they've remembered for the rest of their lives. So when you're impacting young people in such a positive way, how can you say no? I just absolutely love it. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Sounds wonderful. And Heather's fantastic album, Colour My Life, is out now. I tell you what, just looking at it has coloured my life.
Yeah, I wanted
let
some
alone
vibrancy.
hearing it. It's just fantastic, and it reminds you how brilliant those songs are.
Thank you.
And how much they have a room for change and growth as well in a different way, which is wonderful. Heather, you're not going anywhere.
No.
No, but thank you for sharing all of that with us. Well, do you like a detective show? Does that appeal to you?
Anything to do with crime and justice, I'll watch it all. Vera, I think that, and as well, I haven't seen this, but he's such a watchable actor, and he's always got, because as well, he's got the undercurrent of, like, you're not quite sure whether he's going to be on the right side or the wrong side of things. Anything that he does.
Like the underdog, isn't
Yeah. Troubled character.
Troubled character, he just oozes it, doesn't it? There's something lovely about Detective, isn't it? The idea of everything getting wrapped up each episode.
My job.
It's just when life is complicated,
And a criminal
there's something satisfying.
getting their
justice.
deserves. It appeals to me every time.